All right, the truck convoy in Texas. Who in the world is this army of God? So let's give you the simplified version. So what in the world is happening? Well, it's very simple. The people in the US are sick and tired of migrants coming into the country illegally. There is a system, and that system needs to be followed. And the problem is that there are tens of thousands of migrants walking into the US every single day. Well, actually, it's 6.3 million people approximately over the last 3 years that have walked into the US. So the state of Texas has decided to take matters into their own hands and create blockades and put up wire and do as much as they can in order to stop these migrants from flowing into the state of Texas and coming into the US. Now, the federal government, and I can't understand why, has a big problem with this. And they're actually mandating them to remove the blockades and remove the barbed wire. So it makes you wonder, why is it that the federal government and the state of Texas, why aren't their goals aligned when it comes to migrants coming into the US? Now, there are 26 states that agree with the state of Texas that they have the right to do what they're doing and stop the invasion into the US. Now, obviously, the federal government has a bigger problem with that. Now, here comes the army of God, and the reason why I'm covering this topic over here, because this channel is all about trucking. Now, the truck convoy, 250,000, approximately 250,000 trucks to 750,000 trucks are expected to make their way from the east into Texas. Now, what in the world are they trying to achieve? Now, this is very important. What they're trying to achieve is to create a peaceful protest and create awareness for the rest of the US and to show them exactly how bad the situation is with these migrants flowing into the US. They truly believe that the media is not doing a good job relaying the information to the American people, so they've decided to take matters into their own hands. Now, I can't seem to wrap my head around this. If all states and all people and all the citizens truly believe that the migrants should be stopped, why aren't the elected officials that we, the citizens, put in place are not doing anything about it and are not doing anything about it fast enough? Why do 6.3 million people and tens of thousands of people daily need to walk into the US before something gets done about it? All right, so here in Canada, we have seen this play out before. In 2022, the Freedom Convoy took place here in Canada. It literally went all the way from the West Coast to Ottawa. There was tens of thousands of truck drivers that took place, and they basically wanted to create awareness, and they wanted to put an end to the overstep and the overreach of the federal government around the mandates of the vaccine shots. Literally, Canada was forcing everybody to get the shots, and if you didn't get the shots, you would get dismissed from your positions, and kept getting worse and worse. You couldn't go to a movie theater without showing a QR code that you got a vaccine shot. So the Freedom Convoy came in, and they believe that the federal government really did overstep. 2 weeks after the convoy ended, slowly, all the restrictions started getting lifted. But there is a lot of stuff that happened in the background, and I'm warning the US that this will happen in the US. Number one, the Trudeau government froze bank accounts of the truck drivers that took part of the convoy. They did threaten everybody involved, and when that didn't work, they actually called the state of emergency and wanted to get the army involved. They spun it in a way that it was a dangerous thing what the truck drivers were doing, what the Freedom Convoy was doing, but it actually was not. It was a peaceful protest. I was covering it throughout the entire convoy, and I will be trying to cover the story here also. So keep this in the forefront, that the goal of the convoy is just to shed light with how bad the situation is with the migrants flowing in, and that the federal government needs to step in and stop going against Texas, but work with Texas. If you have any comments, leave them down below. I'm Ronen, R-O-N-E-N, and I'll catch you in my next video.